Hey team, today we're gonna make some aioli. Aioli really is just a garlic flavor mayonnaise, right? So we're gonna work on emulsions once again, just like we did with mayonnaise, and just like we did with hollandaise. Um, Remember, for every ounce of yolk that you have is 2 ounces of fat. In this case, we're gonna use the extra virgin olive oil, which is my first ingredient right here. You'll differentiate the extra virgin olive oil from the olive oil blend because it's more yellow. The olive oil blend looks a little bit more green. It's also labeled blend, but just in case your label fell off or you took the lids off of both of them, know that the really yellow oil is the extra virgin olive oil. I also have a little bit of water here, cayenne pepper. I got a little bit of garlic. I got my egg yolks. I got a lemon, and I got my salt. Other than my ingredients for our tools today, we'll have a bowl and a whisk, and really important, we have a damp towel. Okay, and we're just gonna get started. So you'll notice that your recipe calls for garlic paste. I have a couple of cloves of garlic here. Obviously, I don't think I'm gonna need it all. I'm gonna need just a little bit, but in order to do this demo, I'm going to use 2 cloves. This is not just mince. It actually has to be a paste, so you have to continue cutting it and pushing it down until it becomes a paste. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I have my chef knife right here. I got my garlic cloves. I peeled them. I took the root end off. And the idea is that you get it really close to the end of your board so the handle of your knife can be all the way in the outside. And just lay your knife nice and flat over it. And then just one fell swoop, just hit them until you can smash them like so. Okay, hit both of them. If you're gonna do 2, know that you're gonna need plenty of garlic this week, so you can go ahead and do so, and it'll be okay. The next step is gonna be to chop it just like if you're gonna mince it. And you'll notice that your garlic, once you smash it, it starts kind of sweating out a little bit of oil, okay? And then I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. I have my salt right here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle salt over that garlic. And what that does is it basically makes it grip to the board, almost like sandpaper, okay? And then I'm just gonna line up my garlic close to the end of my board one more time, and I'm going to turn to the side. And with my fingers on top of my blade, just a little bit at a time, I'm gonna start smashing it and dragging it back. And that way, you'll notice that that salt is helping you get that garlic really smashed, okay? And I know these are bigger pieces, but your board right now should have a lot of the garlic oil because the oil is helping, or the salt is helping the oil come out, and you just smash all this garlic, right? Now we can run our knife through our garlic a little bit more. Do that, 5, 6 more times, and then we're gonna line up the garlic one more time. Okay, and the goal here is to not have any chunks. It should all be all nice and smooth, okay? So I got my garlic there. I'm gonna turn to the side one more time. I'm gonna smash the garlic really nice, as hard as you can. Just do it a little bit at a time so you can really get it as smooth as possible. You should be able to see your garlic turn kind of translucent, okay? It should be really sticky right now. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up and measure my garlic out. So we definitely don't want to have too much garlic in this aioli. And we'll start our emulsion. Okay team, I have my towel right here, and that's gonna firmly secure my bowl onto my table so it doesn't start spinning around or going all over the place. I got my whisk, and we're ready to get started. Okay, we're gonna take our egg yolks and put them on in the bowl. And then we're gonna take our garlic, which I have right here, and add it to the bowl. And then we're gonna put a little bit of water in there, and the idea is to loosen up the yolks a little bit, okay? Get them nice and foamy and ready to be for our oil to get introduced in there, okay? So this is gonna take just about a minute or so. Just I like whisking fairly fast, and all we're looking for is for those yolks to loosen up and get a little bit of foam, and then you'll see they'll be ready to go. Sometimes they get a little pale, just like when you were making hollandaise, okay? Alright, I think we're ready to go there. We're a little bit foamy. We don't have to worry about the egg yolks getting to the side of the bowl, because we're not putting this in the heat. I'm just turning this around so you guys can see it a lot better. Okay, now I have my olive oil right here, and I'm pretty sure that this is measured out. And the goal is to start streaming it into the yolks nice and slow, okay? If you have a squeeze bottle or something with a spigot that you want to get this started with, you surely can. Actually, I have this tiny measuring cup that has a spigot in there, and that will be a good way to get this started. And that way it'll give me a nice and even stream. See that? I'm just drizzling a little bit at a time, and I'm not getting ahead of myself. And I know sometimes when you're whisking, you shake a little bit, but don't worry about that. As long as it's just a little bit, which should be good. If you start dumping it in, then you'll have a hard time getting this mayonnaise completed. You'll notice that right away it starts getting thick, and the more you do this, the more pale your sauce will get, okay? There we go. I haven't even added a quarter cup to it yet, and it's started to look like an emulsified dressing right now. So I'm kind of almost ranch consistency. If your arm starts getting tired, it's okay to stop as long as you don't have a clear liquid in the borders right here, okay? As long as that's not clear, we should be good to go, okay? So we're gonna continue adding our oil, but now I can go a little bit faster as I know my emulsion is nice. Not too much faster though, like we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. And if you start seeing any shiny streaks or the top of your mayonnaise starts getting really shiny, just stop pouring and keep whisking, okay? You'll notice that we're not cooking this, and our yolks are gonna take more oil than what we would do for like a cooked emulsified sauce, right? 2 to 1 on the other emulsified sauce, and here we can stretch these out. I believe this is almost 4 to 1 here. My sauce is really thick. Really looks kind of like mayo now. Okay, just a bit thinner than stored bought mayo, which is thickened by other emulsifiers other than just egg. Most of them are actually soy lecithin. So I can add the rest of my oil here. I know my sauce is not gonna break. We're looking really good here. Okay, so you should have consistency of mayonnaise where you were, after we talked about hollandaise this last week, when we were talking about a sauce that pours and doesn't glob. This sauce actually globs. Okay, and that's about how thick you want this to be. Okay, so and we're almost there now. I have a lemon here. I'm gonna squeeze half of it in here. I think half is gonna be more than enough. Okay. If you get a seed in there, just get it out. Seed right here. All right, now we're just gonna season it with a little bit of cayenne. I'm going to put the amount of cayenne that I usually put on this right here and show it to you before I mix it. So I just did about 1 full pinch, just 2 little pinches, okay? You see the color right there? You see the lemon juice on the top, that's what's running around, it's not oil. And then we're gonna mix this in. And the lemon juice might loosen up your emulsion a little bit, and that's okay. You should have nice cayenne specks throughout your mayonnaise. If you want to know another pointer for consistency, when you whisk like that, your mayonnaise should stick to your aioli should stick to the side of the bowl and then slowly start coming back down. Okay, and since our garlic has salt, before I go ahead and add more salt, I'm going to taste it. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely need more salt. Got about 2 finger pinches in there. Out of here. Yep, we're almost there. Maybe a little bit more lemon. This could be a great sauce for fried seafood. Yep, there we go. We can use it for a sandwich. If sometimes, depending on the oil that you're using, you might run out into one problem that can happen with this is you can run into your oil being a little bitter. This one actually is. I'm going to fix that by taking a little bit of a pinch of sugar or 2 and putting them in there. Okay, and that's just part of big quality of the oil. Okay. Just make sure you whisk this in there well, so you can get that sugar to actually dissolve in there. Much better, much better. All right, there we go. Aioli. It should be super smooth. It should be all put together. Mayonnaise consistency. You should have flecks of cayenne pepper throughout, and you should taste the garlic, but not like in your face. If you have your garlic and it's like really in your face, you might have put a little too much in there. Your recipe calls for 2.5 teaspoons, or almost a tablespoon. I would just hold back a little bit and then add more if needed. Okay, so I would just start with 2 teaspoons and then go from there. All right.